I think the biggest problem you have is not that you don't know how to learn English or how to become fluent. I'm sure that by now you've watched tens, maybe hundreds of videos about English, so you know exactly what you need to do. The real problem is that you can't bring yourself to actually do it. You know that practicing speaking, writing, reading, learning some basic grammar is going to help you get the results you want. But you're not doing it because it's hard and uncomfortable. Like, people want to understand 100% of the English they hear, but they're not ready to start watching more stuff in English, to listen to it more often. They've watched movies and listened to stuff in their native language all their life. And now it would feel very uncomfortable to change that and consume content in a completely different language. You want to be good at speaking English, but you're scared of making mistakes, of sounding stupid, so you avoid doing it because it's difficult. Nobody wants to do difficult things, right? So instead, you do a much easier thing. Open YouTube and watch another video about how to become fluent in English. Because maybe this time you'll find that strategy, that perfect method that will give you instant results, and you won't have to put in much effort or study or practice. That's why videos with titles like "Become Fluent in 3 months" or "The best technique that will teach you English super fast" get a lot of views. Because everyone keeps searching for an easy way, rather than doing the hard things they know will help. And I want you to understand that everyone who ever learned English or any other language to an advanced level, including me, didn't do anything special. There's no secret, no shortcut, nothing that will give you instant results. Yeah, for sure, there are useful tips and techniques that can help you avoid common mistakes, even learn faster. But there's no special method that only fluent speakers know about. We just did those boring and basic things every day that you've heard a million times. We listened to English, spoke it, learned vocabulary, made stupid mistakes, until we actually became pretty good. But you don't like hearing that because it doesn't sound flattering. It doesn't promise you fast results, right? People are like, nah, that's not for me. Better bring me the learn English from 0 to advanced in 6 months. That sounds cool. There's gotta be something in that video that will make me speak fluently really fast. No. And when someone on YouTube or in an online course promises you all these super fast, almost effortless results, most of the time, that's just bullshit. I see a lot of stuff on YouTube these days about learning English from scratch to advanced in only 6 months. Like, you're telling me someone who knows just a few words in English can learn to hold a conversation about basically anything, understand 99% of spoken English, have decent grammar and pronunciation, and a strong vocabulary, because that's what being fluent means. And you can teach them to do all that in only 6 months. Get the fuck out of here. Look, in half a year you can make a lot of progress, but become fluent from scratch, that's total bullshit in my opinion. Maybe we have a different understanding of what it means to be fluent. And I don't blame you for clicking on these videos, because I did the same when I started. I was also tired of not improving fast, of being stuck, and I was searching for a shortcut. But then you quickly realize you can't really get results without putting in a lot of effort and time. And these clickbaits with fluent in 3 months or 6 months grab a lot of attention because people are too obsessed with how much it will take them to learn English. But that's not the thing you should be focusing on. When someone asks me in the comments how much time they need to become fluent, I don't even know how to answer, because it's so different for everybody. First of all, it depends on what level you already have. And then, what is your goal? Because someone might want to be really advanced. Someone else needs just some basic English for their job. And for someone, it might be enough to just understand Hollywood movies without subtitles. I don't even know how much time it took me, because it's not like one day I started learning and then after a certain time I said, okay, it's done, today I finally mastered English. No. I started when I was about 15 years old, and then I gave up, then I came back, and now I'm 25, and I'm still discovering new things about English every day. If you ask me how much time it took me to get from having some basic knowledge to being fluent, I'd say maybe 1.5 years, maybe 2. I don't fucking know. So don't focus too much on how long it will take, because it's really different for everybody. When you stop caring about that and really concentrate on the process, on what you actually have to do, that's when you get most progress. I didn't put any pressure on myself with crazy deadlines or unrealistic goals, and I still taught myself to speak pretty good English. At least I like to think so. Now, I'm not telling you to never watch content about learning English, because that can be really helpful. I've learned so many things from watching these kind of videos. But many times, this turns into another form of procrastination. Instead of doing the things you should do to actually improve your English, you waste time watching lots of stuff about fluency, where you rarely hear something new. It's mostly the same things repeated. Like if I tell you that in order to get better at speaking, you need to talk with yourself, or find someone you can speak English with, or record yourself talking for a couple minutes about a subject you want. Now, instead of trying any of those things, you click on another video where someone else is telling you the same advice, but you never do it. And then you wonder, why can I speak English fluently? Well, it's because you don't do the shit you have to. You choose to do what's easy. Like watching videos, it's much easier than trying to actually find someone you can speak English with. You need to build some self-discipline, my friend, and do the hard stuff. That's the only way you can get results. So the message of this video might not sound very flattering. It's way more attractive to say, this is how to get fluent in 3 months. But I'm being honest with you. English is a skill, and to get really good at it, you need to stop looking for shortcuts or effortless hacks and put in the work. So you already know what to do. Now get the hell out of here and go do it.